Now that is smelling pucker.
Hi guys.
Hi guys, welcome to FNS Bushcraft.
And the Gloomy Woods.
And today we're in Fangorn Forest, as you can see. Mega gloomy. Early morning fog, which is great. We don't usually get this up here by the time we come up in the morning.
It's usually lifted by lunchtime, but we're out a little bit earlier today. We've got a lot to film, so hopefully today we'll be showing you a few different things.
Yep.
Main thing is the tarp actually came. So
yep.
Thank you very much, Flex, the company. They kind of rushed it here, got it here quick. So yeah, quite pleased with that, considering that we're like, what, 5-6 days away from Christmas.
And we're not sponsored.
No, we're not sponsored, just a bit of a shout out and a thanks. If anybody else wants to use them for tarps, they do quite thick tarps, tarpaflex.co.uk. So pop over, have a look, send them a bit of business. About what, 20 quid for a 4 metre by 4 metre tarp, you know what I mean? What I class as a throwaway tarp. It's a tarp that you can just bang up somewhere and not really have to worry about it. But they do it in dark green and brown, which I find really helpful.
So without further ado,
we'll get to it.
We'll
I think
crack
that's Matt
on.
telling me shut up and
shut the fuck
crack
up
on.
waffling.
Shut up.
Now that is smelling pucker.
Picture perfect. Who says you can't eat healthy in the woods? Well, sort of.
It's all fried.
Just missing salt.
Mm.
Oops. Booker.
Breakfast is served.
Okay, so FYI, for your information, basically, if you're out in the wilderness, major part of bushcraft is being prepared, knowing the environment you're going to. And today, as you can see around us, it's foggy, rainy, wet. It's been like this for weeks. Environment is absolutely damp, rotten, soaking wet. Almost impossible to build an open fire out here. Finding dry wood, not happening. So this is why we like to bring, if you look down there, Matt, our little gas burner. Just a small bottle, twist lock, pops on. We have covered it in other videos, but we just thought we'd kind of show a bit of preparedness, bit of something bit different. Can't light a fire. It's during the day, we don't really want to light a fire anyway, but if you can't, be prepared. Think about the environment you're going to. Look out your window before you leave home. Think about the weather. Look at the forecast. Plan ahead. And if you have then the ability to bring some sort of backup, you're good to go.
Right guys, so in the last video, last week, we said about now we've got the boughs on, which is looking awesome. We need to go under and trim all of these branches that are hanging down and taking up all that space that we need for the tarp. So we're going to crack on and do that. And the tarp that we said we're waiting to come has finally come, and it's probably a bit bigger than we need, but we can double it over, we can fold it, so that's not a problem. But yeah, it's I think it's a two-tone or two-coloured. It's green on one side and brown on the other. There you go. But yeah, it's pretty thick. It's pretty heavy duty. But it's only cheap. It's not mega expensive. It's not a DD tarp.
Tarps, it is only cheap. Yeah, I think 28 quid including postage.
So you know, you're not paying £80 for a DD tarp or whatever. Something like this, you can just leave it up permanently and not really care. So yeah, we'll crack on with that. Breakfast was great. Hope you enjoyed the cooking. We had a few requests for that. Let us know if you want to see more of that in the future. We can do steaks and burgers and stuff.
Yeah, you
whatever.
Can do a simple chili in the woods, which is dead easy to do. Cowboys used to do it in the West for hundreds of years. So yeah, chili, there's an easy one. Stews, they're also an easy one. Steaks, they're an obvious. Bacon, that's also is an obvious. Everybody does. So yeah, there's plenty of ideas, plenty of different things.
Yep. So yeah, we'll crack on, and we'll see you in a few.
Hi.
Hey.
As you can see, Matt's starting to just trim a few things off on the inside, which will then give a bit more room for the tarps we put in, and room for our heads as well when we're in there. Now, as we suspected, the debris, the stuff we put on, hasn't really kept the water out much at all. But it'll help protect against maybe wind, stuff like that. Just kind of gives a bit of protection.
Mainly because it looks cool.
Mainly. You ready?
Yep. Thank you.
Have you done trim that end?
No. Put it back in place for now so it's not in the way.
Right. You go that end, I'll come up. Got it?
Yep. Right, got the tarp in. We're just currently tying the side all the way down just to keep it tight up against the shape of the frame.
As best we can.
Which will be awesome. That's that tight. Still very foggy out.
Watch this just be a little bit too short. Yeah. That should then just hold that. Definitely hold that back.
Yeah. Sorry about the lighting, guys. It's terrible
It's
today.
awful. It's just such a gloomy day today.
I was just saying to my dad that it's actually quite handy that we've left these poles hanging off the end. We've left them long on purpose because we were going to do some kind of veranda over the front. But the eyelets on the tarp almost perfectly match up to where these logs are hanging out, so they're going to be perfect tie-out points for the tarp when we anchor it properly to the frame. Because right now we've got these ropes suspending it up to hold it back so it's easier to work with, and that'll allow my dad to go around and tie each eyelet on and make sure the tarp's tight and secure to the shelter, so it's not just hanging free floating on these rope tethers or whatever you want to call them. Are we going to leave those rope thingies on, Dad, as well?
What, mate?
Are we going to leave the rope ties on to keep it formed, or?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll just help keep it back, and it'll then help the water, any rainwater, to then just run off.
And as you can see, there's still plenty of space up there for 2, maybe 3 people, which is absolutely awesome. Tighter. After we faffed around with it for a bit, we've got it tied on. We've used the eyelets, as I said before. We've decided that now the tarp's in, we've got a hell of a lot of excess that we don't need, so we're just going to chop that off, level with the bottom of the shelter, and then we can use these 2 because we folded it over, so we've got 2 really good pieces of tarp that we can use. One piece of something else, another project or another shelter or whatever, and then the other panel we're going to use to fill the backing properly, and we'll have to make it a triangle obviously to fit in there, but we'll do that on another episode. But we're gonna have to cut this episode short today, so I hope you enjoyed the cooking the food earlier on in the video. And as of right now, the treehouse is finished, really. It's perfectly livable, perfectly usable now that we've got the tarp in, and you can guarantee that you're going to be waterproof. All it is now is just quality improvements, making it warmer, making it less exposed,
Yeah.
filling the back in.
It's the only thing left, really. Is
It's the only thing left.
Sort the walls out down below.
And then we're just gonna sort the walls out down below.
Needs an extra one just underneath there, I think, just to fill that bit of a gap in under there, and then so then it's kind of level with that inner pole. Yeah, and kind of look right as well. And then just do the same at the back. Not too sure what we're doing on that side yet.
And then obviously down here we're going to clear all this stuff out that we don't need, because this is just spare materials that we collected. So we're going to clear all this out, which you'll see next week. And then this little area in here can be used for storing your gear, setting up cooking, or just relaxing underneath your shelter.
For now we might strip all those off, maybe, and use them on the floor up above,
Yeah,
Maybe, maybe
and
not.
we've still got the floor to do as well. Don't forget. Yeah.
So yeah, we might use some of those smaller branches. Get some boughs in.
All around us is all of this. What would you call it? Dead needles, bilberry bushes,
moss everywhere.
There's loads of heather further in the distance, so we'll probably collect a load of the dead material.
Sphagnum moss would be a good one.
Mainly sphagnum moss, and we'll pack it all in on the floor, and that should take out the lumps and bumps of the logs and make it a hell of a lot more comfortable, and give us some insulation as well. So yeah, all that being said, guys, I've been Matt.
And I've been John.
And we've been F&S Bushcraft.
F&S Bushcraft. See you next time.
See you next time. Oh,
Merry Christmas.
and Merry Christmas, guys.
Ta-da.